Alright, hello and welcome to Sports Preview with me, KOFI ASARE. Transfers dominating the headlines as we head into a potentially drama-filled weekend of sports. We'll look ahead to the key games in the EPL. And remember, it's exclusively live here on Love 99.5. First off, and Team Ghana is expected to bring back at least 5 medals from the Commonwealth Games this year, according to Director General of the National Sports Authority, Robert Safo-Mensah. The competition is scheduled for April in Gold Coast, Australia, and the NSA boss says preparations by Team Ghana is underway and is confident the targets will be met.
Yes, we have given ourselves targets as well as the participating federations, about 12, that this year's Commonwealth, we are expecting a minimum of 5 medals. And per the rating of our athletes, I think it is not beyond us. So what we need to do is to do more preparation so that the athletes will stand ready to compete with athletes from any other part of the world. So we have formed what we call the International Games Committee, which is supposed to see to all the needed preparations. The committee is chaired by the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Pius Enyanam Hadide, and I deputize. And a lot of works have been done behind the scenes. As I speak to you now, this week, the boxing team, the Black Bombers, will be moving to Cape Coast Sports Stadium for camping. And then they will be joined later by athletics. Some athletes from athletics, those who are local based, and as well as the weightlifted and so on. We want to do more preparation, prepare the athletes, bring them to shape.
Now, away from that, but staying with some national matters, still with national matters, and the Black Queens have been left to prepare for the upcoming WAFU and Africa Women's Championships without head coach Masoud Didi Dramani, who has joined Danish side Norgeland as assistant coach. Ghana will face Ivory Coast, who are the host, Niger and Burkina Faso in Group A of the preliminary round of the WAFU competition, which will take place between February 10 and 24. A member of the Queens Management Committee, Rosalind Amo, has described the loss of Dramani as a big blow.
Certainly, I mean, if you lose your head coach at a crucial point of preparation, it drives them. It's no doubt disorganizes your program. But I think that at this moment we can't strive as South North. He's got to develop himself elsewhere. So we may have to look ahead and see what rather can be done in experiment and to be able to realize our dream of hoping to win the AFCON.
So who takes over the team in the absence of Didi Dramani? Rosalind Amo has backed assistant coach Mercy Tego to do a good job.
Well, ideally that should be the situation. But you would also ask whether she has that requisite experience to be able to handle the job completely. In the interim, when we are preparing, for the WAFU, I think that she should be given the chance. She's already there with Eddie Williams, the goalkeeper trainer, who is also the coach for Elmina Sea Lions. So they could team up with ample support from the technical director, for them to prepare the team for WAFU. And then, based on what happens at the WAFU competition in Cote d'Ivoire, the final decision should be taken whether she should be handed the job completely or she should be given a more experienced head, so that she still continues to understudy the person. But for me, I think that for her credentials in football, she is capable of handling it. But it's all about her own confidence and accessibility if she's ready for the job.
Well, a reminder, you are still listening to Sports Preview with me, KOFI ASARE, here on Love 99.5. We can head into our English Premier League preview right here. And as you know, the EPL is live here on Love 99.5 exclusively. And this weekend, lots of action starting at 3 p.m. tomorrow, with Chelsea taking on Leicester City in what will be the headline of the pack of 3 p.m. games. The Blues are 16 points adrift leader City and will be keen on a home win against the Foxes, while hoping for a slip-up by Guardiola's men against Liverpool. Chelsea goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, however, thinks it's going to be really difficult catching up with City from a reality point of view.
Well, almost. I think we have to be honest that if they don't get a bad period of form, that they lose certainly games, it will be very hard to catch them. But obviously we have to try and push them. It's only the middle of the season, so we have to try to push them, to go behind them, try to win our games, and then maybe they have a bad period of form, and then you have to be there to put a little bit pressure. But it's a big gap of 15 or 16 points, so we must be realistic. The way they're playing now and the way they're winning games, even in the last minute, it will be hard to change it.
Well, now Dr. Kwako asked me whether Hazard will be staying or not. Well, let's hear from the horse's own mouth. But he also had a bit to say about Philippe Coutinho's exit from the Premier League and Liverpool.
It's good for him. It's bad for the Premier League because he's one of the best players in the league. He's a good guy. We play against each other a couple of times. He's a fantastic player. Okay, he chose to move to Barca. It's not a bad choice, to be fair. Yeah, I just want him to be one of the best in the world and enjoy what he can do.
And they have some rumors about your person as well with Real Madrid, but it's nothing, right?
Nothing for the moment. I'm focused with Chelsea. I have a lot of things to win, so no worries.
Lots of things to win, probably a subtle hint that he's staying on at Chelsea. Eden Hazard there. Now also at 3 p.m, Crystal Palace play against Burnley, with Huddersfield Town also taking on West Ham United. Newcastle United take on Swansea City, with Watford playing against Southampton. And also at 3 p.m, West Bromwich Albion take on Brighton and Hove Albion. At 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, Tottenham Hotspurs will play against Everton, and Harry Kane has equaled Steven Gerrard's record of 6 Premier League Player of the Month awards after winning the Zimbabwe's prize. Now, the build-up to this game has, however, been dominated by transfers, with Spurs reported to be battling to keep their top stars. The Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy has told Sky Sports the club will not sell any of their players they do wish to keep in the summer.
I'm 100% confident. Every single player that we want to keep, I can assure you, will be playing for Tottenham Hotspur next season.
And what about this window? What are the chances of any incomings, perhaps?
Maurizio's strategy has always been, if an opportunity arises that he thinks can improve the squad, then we're more than willing to look at it. But January is always a very difficult window.
Now, we can also hear from the Everton manager Sam Allardyce, who says the club is negotiating with Arsenal to sign Theo Walcott on a permanent deal. Allardyce said the 28-year-old forward will be a fantastic addition who would offer goal-scoring threat.
Well, I think you're all aware of our interest in Theo, but if that's possible to get over the line, I would be delighted. But obviously there's negotiations that are happening at the moment, and if that can be all sorted out, which is one of the most difficult things to do today, then that would be a great addition, in my opinion, to come and join us from an attacking point of view. Two or three reasons really: goal scoring threat, pace, experience, and he's good on assists from wide areas in terms of his crossing ability. So I think that if that's at all possible, that would be very nice. But it's not imminent at the moment, but I think some negotiations are going on.
Well, negotiations going on there. We can also look ahead into Sunday's games, and Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger says there is nothing concrete yet regarding the possible transfer of Alexis Sanchez, despite reported interest from the Manchester clubs. Now, he said this ahead of that game against Bournemouth in his news conference.
Look, honestly, I cannot tell you much more at the moment about this situation, because nothing is really concrete at the moment.
So there is some truth in it?
You conclude that. You could say that at the moment, as soon as... It's not that I don't want to inform you, I don't want to give you wrong information, and at the moment I must say nothing is decided one way or the other.
Would a bidding war between two big clubs be beneficial for Arsenal?
A bidding war is always beneficial to the guy, to the club who can take advantage of it, but we are not in that. We basically, I maintain what I said many times, and that normally he should stay here until the end of the season, but we'll see.
Just generally speaking, though, if you were a player, would you rather play for Pep or Jose?
If I was a player, I would play from a club where I am, and with 100% commitment.
Well, interesting question there, and an interesting answer, and I'd love to hear answers tomorrow on Kickoff from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. when we do bring you your ultimate weekend breakfast show there. So do join us from that one. Kick-off on Love 99.5, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. But then let's look at some more action this weekend and on Sunday. Super Sunday it is, and Liverpool will take on Manchester City. And Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk will be expected to play in his first big game in the Premier League there for them. And he insists the £75 million price tag is a big compliment to his hard work and does not make him nervous. The Dutchman, remember, completed his move from Southampton to Anfield on the 1st of January and marked his debut with an 84th minute winner against Everton in the FA Cup third round. He spoke to Jamie Carragher.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't make me nervous. And I think it's a big compliment to myself and for the hard work I put in so far. That Liverpool is willing to pay that much money. So, but yeah, I can't really change anything about that anyway.
Now let's still chase the team news ahead of that one. And Jurgen Klopp has confirmed Mohamed Salah has been past fit to play in Sunday's visit of Manchester City. And he has described this as a very important bit of news for Liverpool. And Pep Guardiola, on the other hand, says he's 100% focused on that game and will not be swayed or distracted by talk of Alexis Sanchez's imminent move to Manchester City. To some other sports now, boxing, and WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder was ordered to do 60 hours of community service after being found guilty of misdemeanor marijuana possession. The 32-year-old American, who has been linked with a 2018 title unification bout with Britain's Anthony Joshua, was arrested in Alabama last June. He received a 30-day suspended sentence and 2 years of probation. And Wilder, who defends his title against Luis Ortiz on the 3rd of March, has to perform the community service at a local YMCA. Back to football, and in Spain this time, and Zinedine Zidane has hit out at the negativity that surrounds news about Real Madrid and said it's only because it sells better. Real have dropped to 16 points of leaders Barcelona in La Liga, albeit with a game in hand, and produced another disjointed performance in the Copa del Rey in midweek against Numancia as they drew at home, but had done enough in the away leg to qualify for the quarterfinals. And he says he's tired of hearing that Real Madrid are bad, and he feels it's easy to say that everything is bad when you are not really in the situation. And also Eric Abidal has taken back comments made on French TV where he said Lionel Messi told him not to send videos of him ill to the team as it upsets their morale. The French defender had a liver tumor in 2011 while at Barcelona, but he now claims the Argentine never told him not to send videos, but he didn't like to see him in such a state. Well, more of this on Kickoff tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Do join us. My name is KOFI ASARE, and you can call me the Sports Minister. This has been Sports Preview, and up next is The Drive here on Love 99.5 with Ruben and Baby Lala.